Hey guys, it's Alexa. So I just got the inspiration to record this video from a comment that one of my coaches just left in one of my Facebook groups. She said something that she wanted to focus on this year is to build her confidence. And that just kind of got my wheels turning and got me thinking about myself, because really I was not confident whatsoever when I first got started as a coach. I actually recorded this video right when I first got started with coaching, and I was kind of just sharing my goals and my vision and my dreams and where I wanted to go, but I didn't share it with anyone because I knew one of those things that I wanted to do was quit my job, and I was still working at my job. I mean, I was a coach rank. I don't even know if I might have been an Emerald coach when I recorded that video, but I was definitely not very far into working my business, and I had no confidence. Like, watch this and then go watch that video and you're gonna be like, wow, those are two different people, because I literally had no confidence at all when I was speaking about just speaking in general, you know what I mean? Like, my confidence level was just so low, and you could see it in every part of myself. So I just kind of wanted to think about, what were the things that helped me to build my confidence and help me become who I am now. I feel like I'm super confident in myself, and it's all been because of my journey as a coach over the last few years, honestly. If it weren't for coaching, I would most likely still be that really like self, what's the word that I'm looking for? So not very confident. I don't know. I can't think of what the word is for that right now. That so not confident person that I was in that video. And so I came up with these 3 things that really helped me to build my confidence as a coach. So number 1, I really learned as much as I freaking could about Beachbody and about the business, so that when people were asking me questions, I felt like I knew the answers and I could give them a really good answer. And if not, I at least knew where to go to find the answer. That was really huge for me. Of course, my coach was there to help me every step of the way, but when it came down to it, like, this was all on me. This wasn't her business. This was my business. And I knew that if I wanted to get shit done, I couldn't rely on my coach to help me with every single little question or thing that I needed to, figure out. Like I said, of course, she was always there to help me, and she did mentor me and still does to this day. But, when there are certain things that I figured out, I tried to figure it out on my own as best as I could first, before I went to her. And so, one of the things that I really did all the time, whenever there was things that I was struggling with, I would go to YouTube and look up top coach videos, training videos on whatever that thing was that I was struggling with, whether it be starting new conversations or expanding my network or spicing up my challenge groups or whatever. I would go to YouTube and I would type in a coach name, Amy Silverman, how to build your network. And I would, watch all of her YouTube videos basically when I was at work instead of listening to music, or when I was stuck in traffic on my way home from work. I literally, if I wasn't at my computer, at work obviously, or at home, working on my business, I was listening to something so that I could learn and understand and get better and grow. Okay. So, number 2, I showed up daily, and I treated my business like a business, like it was do or die, because it really was do or die for me. My option was working at my job that I hated, living paycheck to paycheck, 100% having to rely on at the time, he was my fiance, now my husband. Both of us put in our income, and if either of us, lost our jobs at that time, we were screwed, and so for me, it was like, okay, cool. I got like $1 raise every single year at that job. I knew I wasn't going to be able to grow and really start to get out of debt and stop, get out of this, 1-bedroom small apartment and have my own house and have a place that I can raise my children at, and being able to take them on vacations or even fund their college so that they don't have student loans like I do now. All of these things that I wanted to make happen were just not going to happen if I continued down the path that I was going. So for me, this business was like do or die. I needed to make it happen. So I showed up every single day and I treated it like I invested $1 million into it. Even though I invested $205 for my T25 challenge pack, I treated it like I invested millions into it, and I showed up every single day. Some days, that was just 1 hour. Some days I would be working all damn day and my husband would have to pry me from my computer. But you guys, honestly, whether that's healthy or not, I'm just being honest and truthful with you. I showed up every single day. 99% of the days in, that first year of my business, I showed up every single day. And I did something that was going to be moving my business forward. And number 3, I committed to getting outside of my comfort zone. Okay. And that was something I had to embrace really quickly. And it was something that I think I tried to avoid for, 26 years of my life, or however old I was when I got, signed up to be a coach. I think I was 25 actually, now that I think about it. Anyways, but really, none of us really enjoy getting outside of our comfort zone, right? Because it feels awkward. It's uncomfortable. It's not something that we enjoy or necessarily understand, So for me, when things were outside of my comfort zone, throughout my life, I could think of maybe a couple times on one hand that I was getting outside of my comfort zone. The only one that really pops into my head was when I decided to join a sorority. That was really out of my comfort zone because I didn't really have any friends that were doing it, any of my close friends that were going through sorority rush. So, I was going through this whole new experience of, going to college. That's huge in itself. And then I was also joining a sorority and going through this week-long freaking really intense process of figuring out what house I was going to be in. And I was doing that pretty much on my own, and so that was crazy. That was probably literally, when I think about it, that was probably the one time that I was really getting outside of my comfort zone in my life before I became a coach. It's something that I completely avoided. And so, you guys, when I think about the things that I really hated, at the beginning, I felt like I hated inviting to the business. I really didn't like it. I avoided it. If you look back at my income tracker, I went 3 months without a team cycle bonus because I refused to invite to the business and refused to grow my business and build my team because I was afraid. I wasn't a leader. I had no experience. I'd never been a manager, any sort of whatever, had any sort of supervisor role or anything in any of my jobs. So I was like, how am I going to be able to lead a team? It was uncomfortable and awkward, outside of my comfort zone. I didn't want to do it. But once again, my coach told me, if you want to get anywhere in this business, you're going to have to just get out of your comfort zone and do these things that you don't want to do. I'm going to tell you that right now. If you don't just do the thing you got to do, you're not going to really go anywhere. And I sat and thought about that, and it kind of brings me back to my number 2. This was do or die for me. I knew that I wanted and needed this to work for myself and my husband and our family, our future family. So I was like, okay, am I going to, give in to this fear and, getting out of my comfort zone? Or, am I going to, be able to live my dreams and make these things happen? You know what I mean? I needed to figure out what was scarier, going for my dreams and, achieving those things that I wanted, or, living in my bubble. Which one did I want? And as scary as it was, I was like, man, I gotta just embrace this. I gotta just do it. I knew that I had to just do the thing that I was so uncomfortable doing. I hated it. I was awkward at it. I had to, send Lauren my messages at first. Does this sound okay? And by the way, it sucked. I remember her telling me that my language was really weak. I didn't sound confident. And so honestly, I hated it. I didn't like it. But I made myself do it. And you guys, honestly, that is the best way to get better at things. The thing that I hated the most and didn't know how to do and, didn't want to do because I didn't like it has now become the thing that I do the most in my business. All I do is freaking invite to coaching because I love it. I love building my team, and I've done it so much and built my confidence in inviting and presenting this opportunity because I have so much belief in it that now it's easy for me. I went from somebody who went months without a cycle bonus because I wouldn't grow my team, to last year, you guys, I was one of the top 5 recruiters in the company 3 months in 2015. March, May, and July, I think, are the months. I wrote them down. Yeah, March, May, and July. So those were, I mean, I was one of the top 5 recruiters out of 400,000 coaches. I mean, that's kind of crazy, right? And I started off being super, like, not confident whatsoever, absolutely hating it and being completely scared of it because it was outside my comfort zone. So you guys, those things outside of your comfort zone could be the things that you're going to become, like, so fucking badass at in the future because you're going to make yourself do it, okay? And now, like I said, I have so much confidence in inviting to the business because I've done it so much. It's not an issue for me. It's not hard for me to find coaches and to invite and to share this opportunity because it's something that I've built so much confidence and belief in, okay? So I just wanted to share those things because I really think that building confidence is something that, you know, so many coaches just come in and maybe look at a coach who's been in this business for 2 years and be like, wow, she's really confident. She knows what she's doing. And I don't. Obviously, I can't do this. Like, no way. That's like taking, you know, someone's chapter 1 and comparing it to chapter 25. Like, that, it doesn't match up, you guys. I did not start off like this. I started off super not confident at all. And I will share that video in the links below, the link of the video that I'm talking about, so you can watch it and see my language and how not confident I was. What is that word? I cannot figure it out. Like, what's the opposite of confident? Insecure. Oh, there we go. That's the word. Insecure. Gosh, slow today. But I was so insecure with myself, with my business, like so insecure. I'm so glad that I figured it out because now I'm going to use it all the time. But anyway, but seriously, you guys, like I was, and it's not something that I just came into this business being super confident about. I had to grow, and that is what I did in order to get to where I'm at today. So I hope that this video is helpful for you. I hope you get out there and really just build your confidence because it's something that will seriously drive you forward in your business.